New at 10, gunfire rings out in downtown St. Louis, causing fans inside Energizer Park to shelter in place. The match inside was stopped. The shots were fired about 2 blocks from the soccer stadium and a few blocks away from the Pride Fest that was happening earlier today. Our Casey Zanowick is live downtown with new details on the shooting, part of a string of violence in popular areas across the city. Casey?
Yeah, Russell, the scene has cleared out here tonight, but just a few hours ago, people were left confused and scared after gunshots rang out near Energizer Park. Now, we're standing on North 17th and Chestnut Streets, which, as you can see, is just a few blocks away from the stadium. And this is where police say that violence all began. Now, officers say the gunshots were reported around 6:30 tonight at an apartment complex here on North 17th and Chestnut Streets. Police say 2 people were shooting at each other and a person was shot. The suspects, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, then started running towards Energizer Park and were later arrested near police headquarters. Police also seized 1 firearm. Now, police told us a person showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg from the incident, but police do not know if this person was a victim or an additional suspect. Now, the incident caused the match between St. Louis City 2 and Austin FC 2 to be stopped, and shelter-in-place protocols were in place for a short time. We asked Chief Tracy, with so many events happening downtown this weekend and next, how are police keeping the public safe?
What happened in the events yesterday downtown, what's going to happen on the 250. We will have officers out here. We will make sure to keep everyone safe. And you can see that this incident wasn't part of it. Neither were the incidents that you talked about, the shootings. They were not part of these overall activities, and they're not related. They're not related to each other. So once again, as I review these cases and I review some of these shootings, these are people that are known to each other. These are people that have poor conflict resolution skills. These are people that are around alcohol or other narcotics. And when they do get into dispute, they settle them with firearms, which is not a good place to be.